In the 1980s and 1990s, the San Diego border region was in chaos. During that time, groups regularly flooded the highways with dangerous bonsai runs, threatening the lives of both migrants and motorists. This porous border created a total lack of accountability for who was entering the country, making it easier for criminals to mix in with economic migrants and enter our communities. Starting in 1994, help was on the way. To clear the clutter and focus on the real threats entering the country, Border Patrol's efforts shifted to a new strategy known as Operation Gatekeeper. With limited funding, National Guard engineers and welders constructed a barrier using Vietnam-era landing mats. While basic and only 8 feet high, the rudimentary border barrier did slow down the mass incursions. Those attempting to cross the border by vehicle now had a fence to contend with. With physical infrastructure replacing the collapsed triple-strand barbed wire fence, the landing mat barrier clearly delineated an international boundary. By 1997, measured success was being achieved. Arrest numbers were dropping. With new technology and infrastructure being introduced to the area and apprehensions dropping, economic developments in the border region, previously unthinkable, became the norm. The prosperous Las Americas Plaza draws thousands of shoppers daily from both sides of the border, many entering through the vastly expanded and modernized San Isidro Port of Entry. Housing developments have sprouted up just north of the border, with their property values on the rise. Smuggler's Gulch has been filled in, and the treacherous switchback road is now bypassed with a paved route. These all-weather roads enhance agents' physical access to the border, helping them respond quicker for both undocumented entries and calls for medical aid. 2018 brought with it funding to enhance the border barrier even more along the southwest border, upgrading the 18-foot structure to a new bollard design nearly twice as tall. The 30-foot barrier delineating the border today led to a reduction in undocumented border crossings between the official ports of entry, but only temporarily. With the growing number of caravans, the U.S. Border Patrol is regularly seeing migrant groups of 100 or more. The combination of push and pull factors bumped the apprehensions in the San Diego sector to levels not experienced in over 20 years. The Border Patrol is doing its best to address the new rise in migrant encounters. The hiring of over 1,200 new nationwide positions called Border Patrol Processing Coordinators has assisted agents with administrative tasks, helping them focus more time responding to calls for help in the field. Not all groups enter in an orderly fashion and request asylum. In the Imperial Beach area of responsibility, a stretch of border barrier still remains at the previous height of 18 feet. Addressing this vulnerability has been approved, with construction set to begin in early 2023. In the meantime, this outdated barrier has been a magnet for smugglers, some of whom have a documented criminal history. These guides are looking for the easiest way to smuggle both humans and narcotics into the U.S. These vulnerabilities affect us all. The southwest border has historically been the central corridor for all narcotics smuggling into the U.S. The number of dangerous drugs like meth and fentanyl has seen a significant increase. The San Diego sector is unique in that our border also includes 931 miles of coastline along the Pacific Ocean. This creates a constant need for vigilance and partnership with the public to create safer communities for everyone. Maritime crossings have reached their highest levels ever experienced. The future is unknown, but one thing is certain. As the laws are reviewed and immigration reforms are considered, the Border Patrol agents of San Diego sector will be standing watch 24/7. We will continue to target and dismantle transnational criminal organizations. We will enforce the laws put in place by the people of the United States. We will provide medical assistance to those in need, and we will continue serving as a partner to local, state, and federal law enforcement with the goal of safer communities for everyone.